Hey folks, welcome back. Happy Saturday morning. Today I have in front of me 3 lovely hop samplers. I'm pretty sure they're gonna be lovely. Let's try them out. Okay, so to make these hop samplers, you can go check out the earlier video I did making the hop samplers if you want to see more detail. But essentially, all I did was for each of them, brought 3 quarts of water to a boil, added 1 pound Pilsen Light DME, brought it to a boil, cut off the heat, and then did a hop stand with each of the 3 hops. Okay, I wanted to maintain around 36 IBUs, you know, kind of make a little pale ale here. The Mount Hood came out to 36.8 IBUs-ish. The Zappa, so the Mount Hood I used the whole ounce to get that 36.8 IBU. The Zappa, 17 grams or 0.6 ounces to get 36.4 IBUs. And then for the El Dorado, I only needed 8 grams or 0.3 ounces to get 35.5. So they're all close to 36 IBUs. I didn't want one to be more overpowering than the others. They all had different alphas. So I wanted to make a similar beer with each of them so I could see what the hops did, and so one wouldn't be more overpowering or maybe even more underwhelming than any of the others. Okay, wanted to keep it pretty equal. So yeah, let's check out the Mount Hood first. I used to live in Oregon. Never climbed Mount Hood. That's the shot right there. And let's go ahead and mark our beer glasses with the tape so we know what's what. We have the Zappa. I've heard about Zappa hops for a long time. I don't think I've ever tried Zappa. We're gonna try it today. I'll talk about the hop characteristics as we go. My own take on them, as well as like what the hop is supposed to be. Okay. According to Yakima Valley and then the El Dorado. This is fun. I've been wondering about these. I was really hoping they'd be carbonated by now. That sounded like a dang cork gun going off. And the El Dorado. 1907 in Oklahoma City. I'm pretty sure they shut down or moved somewhere else. I don't know. Okay. So let's give them a pour. I'm gonna give them a pour first, and then we'll talk about them. Mount Hood. Looking good, Mount Hood. Zappa. Oh, come on, Zappa. Hopefully we got some carbonation in there. Maybe my bottle didn't seal very well. I don't know. Bet we're gonna taste the hops though. And then lastly, what was it? El Dorado. Come on, El Dorado. That's what I like to hear. Like a dang cork gun. What is this, Branson, Missouri? Alright. Okay. So I've really been itching to do this for a while now. Let's do the Mount Hood. Let's taste it first, and I'll give you my thoughts on it. And then I'll read what the hop is supposed to be, and I'll kind of compare and contrast my notes with how it's intended, okay? Or how other people perceive it. One of the main things I wanted to do with this video is, not to be too long-winded here, we got beer to drink, is to show that just a beer made with some DME can turn out to be a really good beer, okay? So I'm gonna be drinking this as a beer, okay? Not as a hop sampler, which it is. We're looking at hops, but it's a beer. And we're just gonna see how good it could really be when you just bring it to a boil, do a hop stand. It took probably 20 minutes to make one of these, okay? And that's including cooling it down and putting it in the fermenter. So we'll see, okay? Cheers, everybody. Mount Hood. First off, let me say, this is a good beer. Damn. Okay, if you've never done this, if you've never made beer and you want to start small and not have to buy a bunch of equipment, all you need is a boil kettle, something to heat it up on, your stove, something to make an ice bath in to cool it off. Okay, go get you some dry malt extract, some water, some yeast, and you can make this in about 30 minutes. Okay, so go watch that hop sampler video if you want to try to make a really good beer in not a very long amount of time. Okay, because that's really good. Oh my gosh. I want to try the others before they go too flat. Zappa. I don't even know if Zappa got carbonated. It's different. I think I heard it like hails from the mountains of New Mexico, where it was found wild, but it thrives in the Yakima Valley. We'll come back to that. And then we have the Dorado. Okay. So, all three of these beers are the same beer, you know, made with 3 quarts of water, a pound of Pilsen Light DME, and a whole lot of love. So it's not the beers that differ because of any grain quality or anything like that. It's gonna strictly be the hops that make one differ from the others. And to be honest, the Mount Hood is the only one that I really enjoy. So, Mount Hood, German ancestry, in the Hallertau region, good for German beer styles. It says spice and floral notes with a typically low alpha, between 4 and 8% alpha. Okay, spice and floral notes. Yeah, that spice up front, it strikes me as a very clean beer. None of them are particularly hoppy. I mean, I kept the bitterness the same, you know, around 36 IBUs. I do pick up the spice pretty much right off the bat. I can smell kind of that spice. Maybe a little floral. But it's just it just seems like a strong bittering hop. And even though, you know, it's, I guess, typically used for more of an aroma hop, because it's only between 4 and 8% alpha, it works very well in this beer as a bittering hop. Just doing a little hop stand. let's talk about Zappa. So, the aroma is supposed to be passion fruit, mint, spice, tropical fruits, fruity pebbles. Also low alpha, between 4 and 8%. So you'd think more for an aroma. So maybe it's not fair to make it do the bittering if it's supposed to just kind of add a little passion fruit, you know, to the aroma. Maybe it's not fair to judge it as the bittering hop in this beer. It definitely can't carry a beer, in my opinion. Passion fruit, pretty much right up front. Not bitter. I mean, not... It doesn't strike me as being hopped. The aftertaste has a little bit of a hop. A little bit of a hop taste to it. But I don't want to drink this. I would not use Zappa. It's not fair. I mean, if I would have used a strong bittering hop and then added some Zappa late for aroma, then we could talk more about it maybe. But to me, this just doesn't work. I mean, it's not a bad beer. It's just the hop itself. I just don't enjoy that. But like I said, maybe someday we'll mess around and do something with it. Make a late edition, maybe, of the Zappa. And then the El Dorado, typically higher in alpha, between 13 and 17%. Yakima Valley's website says it's a good dual hop, okay, for bittering and for aroma. Bright tropical fruit flavors. I'll give it that. I just wish it had more bite to it. More bitterness, maybe. Dual purpose, I mean, it could be added late. Good for aroma. I think if I ever use the Zappa or the El Dorado again, I'd do those as late additions and kind of let them work their magic as aroma hops. But man, even though the Mount Hood hop is low in alpha, I think I'd use it as a bittering hop, honestly. I like the flavor. Man, that's excellent. Let's look up Mount Hood hops for bittering. So I will say this. If you're gonna make one of these as a beer, this is lessons learned today. If you're wanting to make a beer nice and easy and you want to do it this way, make sure you're choosing a hop that can stand alone, that can stand on its own, okay? Make sure you give plenty of time to carbonate. I thought I did. These bottles are a little bit old, so there's always a chance that it didn't seal excellently. The lack of carbonation, I think, is also a little bit off-putting, so it's kind of hard to judge it by that. Mount Hood hops for bittering. Let's talk. Let's have a beer and chat, shall we? Cheers. Its mild bitterness and noble-like aromas make Mount Hood an excellent domestic substitution for European ales and lagers and other styles such as wheats. Requiring a bit of hop finesse, it is considered a dual-purpose hop. Okay, I didn't know that. With enough alpha acid to work well on the bittering side, obviously. Man. But I also just did a hop stand. you know, I didn't do a 60-minute boil and put it in at 60 minutes or anything like that. Let's look up the hop stand. What does a hop stand do? The primary goal of a hop stand is to capture the aroma of the hops you are using. To do this, we want to limit the exposure of the hops in the wort at high temperatures. Otherwise, you'll just be adding bitterness. Okay. So it wasn't basically boiling when I added it. So of course we're going to get a little bit of bitterness. So we can really only judge it by the aroma we get from it, which contributes to taste. That's pretty nice, really. If you had a bittering hop that would carry it. That's weird. The Frank Zappa. By far the most bitterness and the nicest bitterness and the nicest finish in my book. So I would say if you like nice clean German beers or nice clean beers in general, pale ales with a decent amount of bitterness, and these are all around 6% ABV, by the way. It's hard to go wrong with the Mount Hood. I'd like to do this with a few more different hops, not necessarily to see what the hops bring to the table as aroma hops, but more in trying to come up with like my perfect beer made in such a simple fashion. Bring 3 quarts of water to a boil, kill the heat, add some hops, let them stand for 30 minutes, cool it down, put it in the fermenter, pitch a little yeast. I said 20 minutes, but the hop stand alone was what, 30? So maybe took an hour for each of them, but it wasn't involved at all. It'd be super easy to do. Next weekend, we're gonna do our first all grain small batch. That's gonna be so much fun. I'm gonna be sitting here, and I guarantee it, if I were to drink one of those beers that's gonna come from that batch, next to one of these, I'd say, okay. I get it. The all grain, like I'm expecting big things out of it. But in a vacuum, you know, like if this is all I have, if I have nothing to compare it to, got a good aroma as I'm taking a drink. I love this. I honestly love this. Mount Hood, folks. Highly recommend it. I'd say go for it, you know, if you want to do it this way, get some Mount Hood, try me, and see what you think. I'd like to know. So finish that one for sure. My new volume of Zymergy just came in the mail. The September-October 2022 volume. This is a really cool one because this is post National Homebrew Competition. So all the winners, they put the recipes in here. Okay, so Pale American beer, out of 91 entries, they told me, yeah, they just gave me some award-winning recipes here. So that's really cool. Just a perk, you know, being a member of the American Homebrew Association. Comes with a Zymergy membership, which is awesome. There's always a lot of good stuff. I actually found something in here that I've been thinking about doing lately. Ooh. Not this. It's about that time of year. I actually bought my first Oktoberfest of the season last night. It's the Coupe Works Oktoberfest here in OKC. It's a good beer. And it was really good to drink in Oktoberfest. Sam Adams. Solid. 2-page spread. Ciders of the Northeast. Let me tell you this. We love to go as a family, to go to the pumpkin patch, to go hang out and go to the food trucks downtown. Anything in the fall that gives us an excuse to get out, get the kids out of the house, go do something as a family. Super fun. This is a good beer. The pumpkin patch is a staple in our family, but I found some local orchards that do family apple picking, and I love cider. Hard ciders during the holiday season. Dang. Sorry if that was you that just called. Talk to you later. I'll talk to you right now. Just watch it. So, family apple picking. If I could get a little grinder, I don't know, is that what you call it? You put the apple in, you grind it, you grind the juice. Grind the juice. You extract the juice by grinding the apple and make some good homemade cider from hand-picked apples. Man, that sounds amazing. We might have to do that. If we don't do that this year, we'll definitely do it in the future. I am planning on making a cider this winter. I might make 5 gallons of it, haul it home, give it away as Christmas gifts, or I might just do a gallon of it and enjoy it here by myself. Who knows? We'll see. But definitely gonna do some cider. I just don't know about the whole, I mean, I know grinding up a bunch of apples is a lot of work, which is fine. I'm fine with the work part of it, but do we want to take a 9-month-old? He's driven more than an hour and a half before. We might just have to make a day of it. Take the kids out, pick some apples. Sounds like fun. What a great fall activity. Apple picking. And then we can, you know, make up a cider. That sounds excellent. %. I mean, for breakfast beers, unless you had some biscuits and gravy beforehand or something, I mean, these little guys will pack a little bit of a punch. I mean, if I were to have drank all 3 of those, I'd need some biscuits and gravy. And then we could probably drink a few more of them. It'd be just fine. About to have to crack out the Oktoberfest. We'll do that soon. Maybe on Saturday. I mean, I know, when's the first day of autumn? The 22nd of this month. That's when my Pliny the Elder, or the not Pliny the Elder clone recipe kit, whatever you want to call it, should be done on the first day of fall. Really looking forward to that. When do people typically start drinking Oktoberfest? Everything you must know. If you're attending Oktoberfest, you need to be ready to drink. In case you didn't know. When should I drink Oktoberfest beer? typically consumed in September, not October as the name suggests, can a 16-year-old drink at Oktoberfest? In Germany, yes, apparently. So I always thought it was, you know, around like the 21st of September or something. Maybe that just is because it coincides with the beginning of fall. But it's September. I can drink a damn Oktoberfest. We're in the Burr months, folks. September. It's so hot out here. I'm ready for the weather to change. Need it. But here's the thing. When I'm in there watching college football, having some beers, burning a pumpkin candle. My wife loves her pumpkin candles. It really feels like fall, you know, because I'm not outside. I can ignore it. I can pretend. Let me pretend. Glad I got to try these hop samplers today. Man, I just want to encourage you guys, especially you beginning brewers, keep it simple, keep it easy. If you want to do as little work as possible and still just make a beer as early as this weekend, go to your brew shop. Don't be afraid to say, I don't know what I'm doing, help me. The people at your brew shop are going to love to help. If you want to do it this way, of course, all you need is a gallon of water. You're not going to use the whole thing. Gallon of water, an ounce of hops, depending on the alpha, 4 to 8%. You only need an ounce. Some yeast, preferably, for my liking, USO5. Finishes out nice and clean. Okay. And a pound of Pilsen Light dry malt extract. And you can make this beer in an hour. You know, and they'll tell you all the other stuff you need. A 1 gallon fermenter with an airlock. I mean, I'm sure you've seen, if you happen across my channel, I'm sure you know at least that. If not, comment below, message me. I'm always happy to help. Email me at beerlifedeath@gmail.com. Otherwise, just go watch a lot of videos. Keep it simple, don't stress it. Keep it fun. Drink plenty of beer. And if you've been brewing for a long time, remember what you know. There's certain things I always come back to, and I write it down every now and then. What is important? I always have to look at the fridge, and there's a reason I put it up there. Chill below 80 degrees to prevent oxidation as quickly as possible. Chill rapidly between 90 degrees Fahrenheit and 140 degrees Fahrenheit to prevent bacteria growth. When you're fermenting, make sure you're fermenting in a cool place, as cool as you can get. Sometimes I'll put my fermentation bucket in an ice bath to drop that ambient temp a bit if my house isn't cool enough. Just remember the important stuff and have fun. That's the main thing. And have a beer. Okay? Have a beer first, and then nothing else will be that big of a deal. Cheers, everybody. Let's enjoy our Saturday. If you like college football as much as I do, we got a good slate this weekend. Enjoy. If you're not a sports fan, crack you a beer. Have fun. Do what you do. And we'll see you on 24 Ounce Tuesday. That'll be a lot of fun this week. Cheers, everybody. Mount Hood.